So with all the hype around Shane O'Neill's company, April, and the fact that one of his riders, Yuto Horigome, just won the Olympics, I thought that I would set one up and give you my thoughts. The overall skateability of this board is absolutely amazing. As soon as I set it up, the board felt comfortable. It was responsive. All my tricks felt really, really good. And another thing that I liked is the shape was exactly what I like. It had medium to mellow kicks and a nice flat mellow concave across the middle of the board. Another thing that I like is the board had really good pop. Like the board was super poppy, super snappy, and it felt really light. Sometimes boards feel really clunky and heavy, and when you do flip tricks, it doesn't really feel effortless. With this board, it was really easy to do all of my flip tricks, completely control the board, flip it into ledges, flip it on flat ground. It felt really, really good. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a perfect board, but first off, when I ordered the board, it came warped. Now, if you don't know what warped means, it means that the wood is slightly tweaked. This doesn't really affect the board too much, but it is kind of annoying because after a while, your trucks can kind of turn and it kind of makes the turning on your board a little bit weird and it's not perfect. Now, this happens with every single company. Sometimes boards just get warped. It was very slightly warped, but I think it's something that I have to mention since I'm doing a totally unbiased review. So maybe they could check their boards more thoroughly. Maybe I got completely unlucky and it was literally the one board in the stack that was warped, but nevertheless, I thought I'd mention it. All right, so another thing that I want to mention is out of all the boards I've ridden, this board wasn't necessarily the most durable. After a while, it started to get a little bit floppy and it wasn't the strongest board I've ridden. Now, that's not saying that this board was completely weak. It was an overall really good board, but I will say sometimes when boards are extremely fun to skate, they're super light, they have a lot of pop, they're really responsive, they generally don't last as long. And I'm not like a board maker, or I don't make my own skateboards, but it might have something to do with it because most boards that I've ridden that are really, really strong and last a long time, they almost never skate that good. They just feel really heavy and clunky, and this board was definitely light and it had snap and it was just really skatable. The skateboarding response was perfect, so that might have been why it wasn't the strongest board. So just keep that in mind. Like if you seem to break boards really, really easily, maybe get a different type of board. But if you're just like the average skater, or you can afford to get a new board every once in a while, I highly recommend this board. I would say overall this board is like a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 9.5 out of 10. I might be a little biased because the shape was perfect. This is exactly the shape that I like. Mellow to medium kicks, and then mellow flat concave in the middle. And whenever I find a board like that, I just absolutely love it. So I would definitely pick up another one of these. I'm gonna put a link to their website below. So I'll see you guys next time.